All right, all right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Chris Shorter. I am your city administrator, and I'd like to welcome you all to the 18th annual celebration of public service here in the city of Baltimore. Thank you for being here. I am truly honored to serve as your MC this afternoon and consider it a privilege to celebrate the leaders who are nominated to receive this Richard A. Lidinsky Senior Award. I want to acknowledge our mayor, our city comptroller, and the council president's office for their leadership and commitment to the city. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you for being here. I also want to acknowledge the families, loved ones, and friends of our nominees and awardee. Really appreciate being able to see you here. Appreciate your patience and your commitment that your loved one has been able to serve the city in the way that they have. Usually, if you're on this list, that means you've worked a lot of hours outside of normal hours. So it really does require a family's commitment as well. So just really want to appreciate you all for being here as well. Thank you, families. Yep, thank you. And while the COVID-19 mask mandates have been lifted, the COVID-19 metrics have improved. For the sake of safety, it was determined it best to congregate again on the historic War Memorial to celebrate today with the majestic and historic City Hall as our backdrop. The daunting task of selecting the honorees for this award is never an easy one. Each year, the award committee prepares for quite an undertaking when determining who the recipients for the award will be. Each submission requires an application, a compelling letter from their supervisor, and 2 additional letters speaking to the specific qualities that illuminate the nominee's dedication to Baltimore's future. For the past 18 years, the Lidinsky family has recognized, honored, and rewarded city employees that exemplify the same characteristics, values, and dedication their father did, a 43-year public servant to the city of Baltimore. Mr. Lidinsky's passion, work ethic, and commitment are the embodiments of public service that we all aspire to. I'd like to really take a moment and just acknowledge Jude Matthew Lidinsky, who's going to come up and really talk a bit about the history of the award. Jude, come on up. Let's give Jude a big round of applause and support. All right.
Good afternoon. I am Jude Matthew Lidinsky, and I'm here today representing our family as we gather to present the Richard A. Lidinsky Senior Award for Excellence in Public Service. Although my great-grandfather passed before I was born, I have heard many good stories about his love for and dedication to the city of Baltimore, where he was born, raised, and lived his entire life. He grew up in East Baltimore, where his parents operated the tailor shop on the corner of Wynwood Avenue and McElderry Street. He attended St. Wenceslaus School and Baltimore City College. After he served in the United States Navy during World War II, he went on to receive his law degree from the University of Baltimore. When he got married, he bought a house on North Glenwood Avenue in the shadows of Bosec Park, where he and my great-grandmother raised their family. My great-grandfather began his public service in 1947 and served the city for 43 years under 8 mayors. By way of a brief history of the award, in 2004, Mayor Martin O'Malley wanted to establish an avenue to honor an outstanding employee from within one of the city offices or departments on an annual basis. He named it the Richard A. Lidinsky Senior Award for Excellence in Public Service in honor of my great-grandfather. A standing committee was formed to select a civil servant who receives the commissioned award in the shape of the City Battle Monument, a cash stipend, and the great honor of having their name enshrined on a plaque in the beautiful City Hall Rotunda. 2 honorable mention presentations are also named each year. The committee has met for the last 18 years, making their selection by reviewing award applications submitted by the Supervisor of Exemplary Employees. We wish to thank Mayor Brandon Scott for continuing this award. Also, we want to acknowledge Mr. Dennis Finnegan, the only original committee member still serving. Baltimore City will continue to prosper thanks to employees like Terry Hill, Lisa Allen, and Robert Hundnall. Congratulations to today's winners and to all those nominated on the recognition of outstanding service to our city. Thank you, and let's go O's.
Let's give Jude another round of applause. It's a big deal. Thank you, Jude. We're all very proud of him. All right. I'd like to now really just acknowledge the nominees and congratulate them. They are not here with us today, but really went through an extensive process, and I want to make sure that we acknowledge them. So Hosea Chu, Director of Human Resources for Baltimore City Council, 20 years of service here in Baltimore City. Thank you. Marcia Collins, Chief of the Office of Legislative Affairs for our Department of Public Works. Ms. Collins has been with the city for 41 years. Larry Green, Director of Council Services for Baltimore City, been with the city for 26 years. Yep. Colleen Law, Fire Lieutenant, been with the Baltimore City Fire Department for 15 years of service. Yvonne Moore Jackson, Acting Bureau Head for the Department of Public Works. She has been with the city for 24 years of service. And then finally, Richard Remy, forensic scientist with the Baltimore Police Department, and he has 15 years of service. I want to just, again, thank you to all the nominees. Thank you for your service, and thank you all for acknowledging them with me today. All right, I want to now take this time and just bring up the mayor and bring up the city comptroller to say a few words about our nominees before we get, our awardees, honorable mentions before we get started. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Administrator. And Jude, everybody has to pull the mic down after the administrator talk because his last name might be shorter, but he's not shorter in A1. Good afternoon, everyone, and I am thankful for all of you for being here as we spotlight our employees who have gone above and beyond for the residents of our great city. I want to again acknowledge the presence of our city comptroller, also acknowledge our council president. The folks that we are recognizing today really have shown what it means to be public servants. And I want to start with our honorable mentions, Miss Lisa Allen, who we know has worked hard for the city of Baltimore for many years. Let's give her a round of applause. And Mr. Robert Hutnell, who is not just a fabulous city employee, also just happens to be one of my neighbors. We live in the same neighborhood. So he holds me accountable in more ways than one, but he is also a dedicated public servant. And I want to also personally thank the friends and family of Richard A. Lidinsky Sr. for upholding the important legacy, which had become a tradition and really a coveted honor in the city of Baltimore within our government. Again, I want to thank Jude for stepping up on behalf of the family and showing again that young people shall lead the way. And I think really when you think about an award like this, and I think I know a little bit about the life of being a public servant. I started my service to the city of Baltimore on September the 4th of 2007. And we all know that it's a lot of hard work, dedication, but the most important word for family members and the public service themselves is sacrifice. That what goes into being a public servant. But I've seen the reward and the impact of my service in the community, but more importantly, I've seen the impact of the folks that we are honoring today. for our residents, for our city, for our government. And it motivates me to continue to get up every day and make a difference, because we have so many dedicated employees who do that each and every day, not for themselves, not for a check clearly, but because they love the city of Baltimore. That is the essence of what this award symbolizes. And today we celebrate the long-serving employees who have dedicated themselves to making their agencies and their city a better place. We cannot make Baltimore the best city it can be if we do not become the best public service that we can be. And I, with that, would like to personally congratulate Ms. Terry Hill, EAP Counselor 2 within the Department of Human Resources, the 2022 award, Lidinsky Award winner. Congratulations to you, man. But more importantly, thank you for serving the city of Baltimore. Mr. Comptroller?
Yeah, he's got you covered. Good afternoon. So I want to add my voice to the chorus of thanking the latest of the Lidinsky family to get dressed up, come down to City Hall, and help. And that's something that your family's been doing for decades. And it's really the reason why we're here today. We're here to say thank you back to people who have helped the city of Baltimore. One of the things that bonds the mayor and I is we both come to elective office already having been public servants for years, working as city employees. We know what that means. We know what that means for your families. We know what that means for your friends. It means that you have a commitment. You've decided that it is more important for you to help make the city of Baltimore better by spending your days, and in many cases your nights, and sometimes your weekends, and holidays, and birthdays, and anniversaries, and all sorts of time that other people might question, well, why can't you be? Because I gotta work. Because this is a city that needs people to hold it together, and the people we are honoring today are the people who have really helped hold the city of Baltimore together. And so I'm here to say thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Comptroller. Really appreciate your presence here. I want to also thank the Council President's Office for their continued support as well. So we are now at the point in the program where we honor our, we acknowledge our honorable mention recipients. So I want to really start with Miss Lisa Allen. So Director Allen has been with the city, has served the city for 19 plus years, and is the 311 call center director. I will say that Director Allen began her career on September 16th, 2002. Director Allen modernized the 311 technology platform with the launch of our new CRM system, the Service Request Modernization Program, mobile app, and the utilization of data to leverage technology and enhance the customer experience. In 2019, Ms. Allen's leadership in Baltimore's 311 call center became the first to win industry awards for both the Association of Government Contact Center Professionals and during the week of CS 311 in the same exact year. She is considered a leader in her field and has helped other jurisdictions nationally and internationally to set up 311 call centers. Today, we recognize Ms. Allen's continued efforts and commitment to the city of Baltimore and as its residents as honored to serve as an honorable mention as well. So Lisa, come on up. We want to
Hi, everyone. Everybody that knows me knows it's not a good idea to say, do you please say a few words. But anyway, I first want to say that I'm really grateful that the rain came last week, because if I wouldn't have been able to thank you all and thank the Lidinsky family personally. I was actually in Arizona with a group of CSW, Government and Local Call Center recipients and people that all over the country that actually run call centers, and we are still noted as the undisputed leader in government and local call centers. And for that, I'd like to also thank my team, because without my 311 team, I can't answer 1 million calls a year. And I really appreciate my organization, BCIT, and my 311 family. So thank you to the Lidinskys, and thank you for everyone who nominated and had a part in me receiving this honorable award. Thank you.
Very, very good. Another round of applause for Director Allen. All right. We are next acknowledging and just recognizing Mr. Robert Hudnall. Mr. Hudnall is a code enforcement investigator with our Department of Housing and Community Development, and has 24 years of service with Baltimore City. Yes, that deserves a round of applause as well. Mr. Hudnall began his career on March 24th, 1997. His tenure with the City of Baltimore includes several years spent in the Baltimore City Health Department with the Animal Control Division, before joining the Department of Housing and Community Development's Special Investigations Unit. Mr. Hudnall's openly shared his training, methods, and techniques with peers to not only help and strengthen individuals' work efforts, but also to strengthen the team's environment and effectiveness as a whole. Today, we recognize Mr. Hudnall for his collaborative approach and his commitment to the City of Baltimore as an honorable mention honoree. Mr. Hudnall, come on up. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is truly an honor for me. I want to first and foremost thank my deity and thank the Lidinsky family. When I come to work every day, I come to work to do what God has called me to do for those that He's created to be in this great city called Baltimore. And I wouldn't be able to go home if I didn't thank my beautiful wife, Charlene, of almost 30 years, and my wonderful family that has supported me throughout all the years. But I also want to share this mention with all the great people I've worked with over the years. I've worked with so many people that's been just a great support to allow me to go out every day to do my job and to feel good at what we do to and for the citizens of Baltimore. I believe that individually, each and every city employee comes out every day and do a great job individually, but I believe in my heart, spirit, and mind that together, every city employee can continue to make Baltimore a better Baltimore. And I want to give a special shout out to Dave, Miss Rosetta, and Seth. God bless you. Let's continue to move Baltimore forward, y'all. God bless.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations.
All right. Another round of applause. Very good. We have now reached a point in the program where we are just about ready to honor our actual Lidinsky Award winner, Ms. Terry Hill. Ms. Hill, thank you for being here. Thank you for your service. We are going to first have Ms. Hill come up, and I'm going to actually read the bio after we hear first from Ms. Hill.
Sure. First and foremost, I am honored and very humbled. I would like to thank the Lidinsky family. for all that you all do and for offering this award, as well as the committee that thought I was dope, right? I also want to thank Margot for the nomination. She is amazing. And mental health is something that I think people don't always focus on. They kind of hide, and there's shame and there's stigma. But I'm honored when people invite me into some of the most intimate places in their life and they trust me. And I'm humble. I'm humble and I'm honored. Sometimes people tell me stuff first time I meet them and they say, I've never told anybody else this. I don't know why I'm telling you. But I appreciate that, and I love to see people grow and build, and to see people on the street that I worked with years ago and they say, oh my God, Miss Hill, you saved my life. And that's deep. That's deep. I want to thank my coworkers for always being there listening to me ramble. And I think most importantly, I would like to thank my children. So my children, Naya and Jarrell, it's been a long road. They were amazing when I was trying to go back to school. They never gave me problems. I never had to come and pick them up from anywhere. There were many days spent sleeping on my floor in my office while I worked 7 days a week. And I love you guys. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you for standing next to me, and for my family and my friends coming today to support me. And I just want to say thank you. DHR is one of the best places to work. I love it. And so thank you for coming out today. And please remember to be kind to yourself and be kind to other people. You never, never, never know what's behind what their face shows. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Hill, we're going to have you stay up. And Margot, we want to have you come on up and say a few words on behalf of Ms. Hill.
Good afternoon, everyone. Whew, I am so excited for Terry. I feel like singing, but I'm going to save you all the pain and me the embarrassment. I have known Terry Hill for over 9 years and worked closely with her. I've spent 18 years working in the field of mental health. Terry is one of the most dedicated, sincere, and distinguished clinicians I know. Currently, Terry serves, as you know, as the EAP counselor and provides counseling services, resource referrals, crisis intervention, connection to treatment, training, and supervises our interns. The list goes on. I'm excited to talk about Terry because she is a true public servant at heart. Today is a day of celebration of Terry's service and is particularly fitting to celebrate one of our own mental health professionals in May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. That's right, that's right. She is someone who works behind the scenes, in the background, outside of the spotlight. Because of the confidential nature of her work, you won't see her heroic efforts outwardly. Terry exercises her gifts and talents in secret and does not boast. She doesn't brag about what she does for others. Specifically, listen to this. Terry has served over 1,000 employees. She's in the thousands at this point in her tenure. This doesn't include the trainings, event fairs, consultations, crisis interventions, group facilitations, mediations, and education Terry has provided to our city employees. I have been a witness to Terry's faithful service to the Baltimore City employees, especially at their most vulnerable life moments. Just to highlight a few, I can recall an employee who contacted Terry because they were struggling with a suicidal plan to harm themselves. The employee would not reveal their location, yet Terry stayed on the phone, listened with the employee about 6 hours. She was able to talk with the employee, locate their whereabouts, and provide the proper interventions and treatment necessary for the employee. When she says she saved lives, she has saved lives. Terry used her clinical skills and caused an intervention of healing and hope. I'm talking about the heart of a public servant. Terry has been on the front lines of service when unfortunate violence and trauma has occurred. Another instance I want to highlight in particular, Terry provided support to groups of employees and individuals who experienced the park terminal incident. Terry, in addition, provided short-term counseling services as well as connected employees to long-term treatment. This is just one example of many when Terry has traveled to various locations throughout the years to provide on-site crisis intervention at the most vulnerable moments the city employees experienced. She too has the heart of a public servant, even at the most critical times. Especially during the pandemic, Terry remained dedicated in providing support even when the mental health profession, EAP included, was heavily impacted by the overwhelming need of our services. Baltimore City employees have certainly sustained such struggles while adjusting to the most life-changing challenge our generation has ever seen, the COVID-19 pandemic. Terry has led our initiatives for minority mental health awareness by providing psychoeducational information, presentations, and support. Specifically, she led group discussions about the mental health struggles for minorities and discussed coping mechanisms as well. She excels in several intrinsic areas in the field of mental health, her genuine concern for people, her clinical skill set, and ability to bring awareness and education regarding mental health to employees, especially during vulnerable and traumatic situations. I describe Terry as the heartbeat of EAP. Why? Because on a daily basis, she has served those that don't seem deserving. She's embraced those that were cast off. She's lifted those with insecurities and doubts. She guided those with sound counsel, advised the overwhelmed, poured out to the brokenhearted, embraced those that were isolated, and helped the helpless. She's provided understanding to those without direction, knowledge to those who were lacking support, resources to those in need, and healing to all the lives she touches. One session with Terry can be described as having your favorite home-cooked meal. You feel warm, full, and overall comforted in your soul. Terry, you are worthy of the award on today. You deserve the spotlight. You deserve to be honored. I know you prefer to be behind the scenes, but today is your day to shine upon, your day to be admired, your time to be appreciated, your day to be recognized, pointed out, and praised. I give my sincerest congratulations to all the honorable mentions, and especially to you, Terry, the honoree. Thank you for having the heart of a public servant.
What a wonderful tribute. What a wonderful tribute. Ms. Settles, why don't you stay up? We're going to take a few photos, and I would love to get you in a few. Maybe what we'll do now, as I read the bio, I want to have photos taken and the presentation of the citations, if that's okay.
As we're doing that, let's give another round of applause for our awardee, please. Let's congratulate her.
Ms. Terry Hill began her journey with the City of Baltimore in 2009 as a 10-month graduate student intern with the Department of Human Resources Employee Assistance Program. Through a partnership with the University of Maryland's School of Social Work, a year later, Ms. Hill applied for and was hired as a full-time clinician with EAP. Terry provides clinical assessment, intervention, and evaluation of clinical recommendations. She is responsible for educating employees, HR partners, managers, and supervisors regarding EAP resources, roles, policies, and procedures. Prior to her tenure with the City of Baltimore, Terry has held positions both in and outside of human resources or human services. 6 years as a human resource director, 10 years as a financial business manager, and she has served in the role of director of clinical services for mental health, addiction, and transition transitional housing services, and has over 17 years of clinical experience serving clients in foster care, group homes, inpatient brain injury units, hospitals, and medical staffing agencies. Terry has her bachelor's degree in psychology, earned it in 1995 from Morgan State University, and she has completed her education at the University of Maryland School of Social Work with a master's degree in social work in 2010.
Just again want to congratulate all of our honorees, everyone that was nominated, all of those who saw it fit to nominate one of their co-workers, and thank each and every one of you here today and all that do the work for the city of Baltimore for what you do every day, as my neighbor and friend Mr. Hutnell said, to move Baltimore City forward. Thank you.